What up, people? Welcome back to some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, so for today's deck, I wanted to try something a little bit different. Something I don't know if, maybe I've played it before, but it's a variant I haven't really played much. I'm going to call it a fun deck. I'd say a lot of people would probably call it, I think it's called anti-meta, maybe? It's a way just to make people mad for the most part. So, let's get into the profile. There might be a few cards I add here and there to make it a little bit more fun. But we got one Thunder King Ryo. His effect is neither player can add a card from their deck to their hand except by drawing them. During either player's turn, when your opponent would special summon a monster, or exactly one monster, I can send this card to the graveyard to destroy it. So it negates summoning and makes it so they can't add cards, which is awesome. Then we have Kaiku. Yeah, Kaiku. Three of these. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can remove from play up to 2 monster cards from their graveyard. Your opponent cannot remove from play cards from either player's graveyard. So he's huge for a lot of decks. Then we got Trap Tricks, my Mir Melio, I guess how you say it. It's unaffected by effects of whole normal trap cards. When this card is normal summoned, you can add one whole normal trap card from your deck to your hand. If it's special summoned, target one spell trap card your opponent controls and destroy it. I've never really messed with trap tricks before, but getting those holes cards in the hand is pretty nice, really. Trap tricks seems like they might be fun. I've never played them before, so I don't know. But there's 3 of those. And as you can see, they're not huge monsters, but they're all normal summonable monsters. All level 4s, all decently damaging monsters. Except for this guy. Fossil Dyna. Neither player can special summon monsters. When this card is flipped face up, destroy all special summon monsters on the field. Good way to get rid of some of those big XC monsters. Then we have Banisher of Radiance. Any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. So it's a good way to make it so they can't use their graveyard, which is awesome. Then we have Neospatian Grand Mole. At the start of damage step, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can return both monsters to the hand without damage calculation. They get a big XC monster, big Synchro monster, bounce it back. It's so nice. And that's for the monsters. Then we have Raigeki. It just destroys all your opponent's monsters. It's still one of my favorite cards just because. This one I might change out, but this deck you don't special summon, so it doesn't bother me as bad in this deck. Just reveal the top 3 cards, add 1 to your hand, then shuffle the other 2 back in the deck. You can't special summon a turn you activate it, and you can only activate 1 per turn. Then we got 3 MSTs. Gotta clear that back row. 1 Book of Moon. Target 1 face-up monster on the field. Change that target to face-down defense position. So nice. 2 Forbidden Lance. It loses 800 attack, but it's unaffected by other spell trap cards. So, say I have something on the field, or they Raigeki or Dark Hole, I can Forbidden Lance. My monster will be safe. It'll lose attack, but it'll be safe. Then we got 1 Dimensional Fisher. Any monster sent to the graveyard is banished instead. There's one more card I want to add. We're gonna have 2 of these. We're gonna add a couple cards actually, I think. Yeah, we're gonna Gold Sark. And what's that field spell? Sorry, I usually have this ready. Field. So this looks similar to a deck I have played before. Similar, not quite. Where's it at? But with everything that gets banished and all of that, I'm not going to add in terraforming, all that. We're going to add chaos zones in. That put us up to 54 cards. So many cards. I got to get rid of some. So we'll lose one pot. Let's see here. Let's finish the deck profile first. So we're at Dimensional Fissure. Now we got the chaos zones. Each time a monster is banished, place one chaos counter on this card for each of those monsters. Once per turn, you can move 4 or more chaos counters from your side of the field to target one banished monster who is level equal to the number of chaos counters removed. Special summon that target when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect. You can add one light or dark monster from your deck to your hand whose level is equal to or less than the number of chaos counters on this card. So it really, it synergizes really well with Necroface. So this is going to be a mill anti-meta deck. I like the mill aspect of decks really well. So if you can get this played, then you activate Gold Sark, banish Necroface, mill the top 5 on both players' decks. For every monster that gets banished that way, put a spell counter on this. Then I can remove 4 to get Necroface back on the field if I want. But the best way to do it would be to wait until you have Dimensional Fissure or Macrocosmos, which I know is in here. Yeah. That way, when it dies again, it gets the effect again, and you can just keep milling. But that's not what the whole deck's based around. The whole deck's based around just screwing your opponent over. Then we have Void Trap Hole. Since we're up so many cards, I'm going to drop one of them. When your opponent special summons a monster with 2,000 or more attack, negate the effect of one of those monsters with the 2,000 more attack, and if you do, destroy it. Then we have Time Space Trap Hole. When your opponent special summons a monster from the hand or extra deck, shuffle that monster into the deck, then you lose 1,000 life points for each returned monster. That sort of hurts a little bit, but it's a good way of getting rid of their monsters. Then we got just a straight up trap hole, bottomless trap hole. Then we have Trap Trick Trap Hole Nightmare. When a monster on your opponent's side of the field that was special summoned this turn activates its effect, negate the effects, and if you do, destroy that monster. I like that one. That's pretty nice. Then we got 3 Mirror Force. I'm actually going to drop one of them. Then 2 Dust Tornadoes. These are really good to set. Say you're playing against pendulums. They get ready to pendulum summon, destroy one of them, and then it's done. Then we got 3 Dimensional Prison. I'm actually going to drop one, be down to 50 cards. So that'll help out a lot. Then we got Compulse. Target one monster on the field, return that target to the hand. So that's nice. Then we got Vanity's Emptiness. Neither player can special summon monsters. And it gets destroyed when a card is sent from the field, or from the deck or the field to the graveyard. So that could be huge. Then we got Macros Cosmos. Yeah, when it resolves, you can special summon one Helios, but I never do. While this card is face up on the field, any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. So it goes really well with Necroface. Then we have Safe Zone. Now this card I like. Activate only by selecting one face-up attack position monster. That monster cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects, or be destroyed by battle. It cannot attack your opponent directly. When this card is removed from the field, destroy that monster. When that monster is removed from the field, destroy this card. So this thing will be awesome. Say I get that guy, or no, not that one. So we get a Fossil Dyna or a Banisher of Radiance. That'd be awesome to have on the field. Safe Zone one of those, perfect. Now this one just screws people over hardcore. Both players must set spell cards before activating them and cannot activate them until their next turn. That's nice. Then we have Mistake. Neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand except for drawing them. So that's another reason why I wasn't too worried about losing Pot of Duality, because if I can get that out, screw the whole adding cards. I'm not worried about it. And that means people that do a lot of searching, Mistake is huge. And then for the final card, Solemn Warning, just negate summons. So that is the deck. There is no extra deck, there is no side deck. It's just screw your opponent over with your main deck and be done with it. And I like that. And with the 50 cards, me milling with Necroface, the 50 cards will help. It'll give me an advantage over people that run 40, which is nice. I like that. So that is the deck. I'm just going to call it my fun deck. Most people probably call it an anti-meta, but it's my fun deck. That's what it is. It's fun. It's there to screw people over. There's one card I really wanted to add, but I can't remember the name, and if I can figure it out, I will add it. But I will call it an episode there, and I'll get some duels up of this deck here in just a little bit. If you like what you saw, leave a like. If you want to see more, hit that sub button. Any questions, comments, tips, or any decks you want to see me play, leave it down in the comment box, and I'll get back with you. But thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.